Good morning.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Thanks for being part of the show. So stay or go. It's kind of like group therapy here. You've been married to this man. I don't know for how long. I'm not even sure if that's relevant. But you're a married woman and you're having an issue within your relationship. So what's going on?
Yeah, thanks so much. So here's the thing. My husband and I have been married 10 years, and we've got 2 kids. And he's been working downtown for quite a while. And, of course, with the kids and their activities and all, it keeps him away from a lot of that. So, he's started to look at the idea of maybe getting a place downtown for the nights when he needs to stay in, because the commute's gotten really long. It's over an hour each way, and it's just, takes a lot out of him, and it's expensive and all of those things. So, it's something we really can't consider moving right now because the kids are in school, and that's just not really a feasible option. And, he's doing well enough. We're in good shape. We could really afford to either buy or rent another place. But the only thing that's kind of, it all sounds great, but, with things going on these days, all of a sudden I had this, question that came up in my mind. I'm wondering, is this a red flag? Is something else going on? So is it normal? Okay. Is what people are doing now because they can?
So this dude's, spending 10 plus hours a week going back and forth. That part alone, going back and forth from the suburbs, wherever you live, to the city to work. And so this guy, he's like, look, I'm just going to not do that every day, and I'm going to stay downtown. Sometimes. Is he trying to do this like Monday through Friday? Or is he just saying like certain days? Because I've heard of this happening.
Sometimes they just, something comes up. There's a deadline, or there's a client meeting, and something runs over, and by the time he gets home, he wouldn't even see the kids. So, it's reasonable that, it's his time and it's wear and tear on him.
Yeah, and us. Well, yeah, I actually know of a guy who used to do this. He lived in New York, and so every day, whatever that process was like, it was too much. So he would, I think it was like Tuesday through Thursday, he would stay in the city in like a studio, and he had all of his clothes there, and he could work out, he could do whatever he did, and then he worked, most of the time, because the guy was working like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So the idea, even if he did go home, to your point, he wouldn't see his kids, he wouldn't be there for very long, and then he'd have to turn around and do it again. So he would work, I think it was Mondays and Fridays from home, and then Tuesday through Thursday he lived in this apartment, and then he'd go back and forth. So I mean, it's efficient. I get that. I feel for people. I'm grateful for people who sit in traffic because you have to listen to us. But I feel for people who that is a component of their day. Because it's like you work all day, and then in my mind I'd be thinking, and then whatever time I have to deal with all that, and then I'd wake up in the morning, I have to deal with all that. So I don't. People are texting immediately. It's a red flag. I'm not sure that inherently it's a red flag. Now I have to ask the question, Rebecca: is there anything else going on? Do you have any other reason? If he hadn't come to you and said, "I want to live in the city during the week," would you have any other reason to suspect that he was up to something?
No, I don't really think so. I mean, he used to travel a lot for work before we had kids, so I know what that kind of time away is like, too. So, it's kind of just, you hear things, and the minute you sort of say, to a friend, John's thinking maybe we should get a place in the city, and then the kids and I can go in and all of that. And, I saw an eyebrow go up. I just asked why. So, it's just, I don't know why somebody else would even plant that seed, but, all of a sudden there's some more information to be considered.
Because I guess if it went from, okay, I'm going to stay down there a couple nights a week, to then I'm staying down there for a whole week, and I got to stay for the weekend too.
Right.
If it turns into that.
Which it will. Yes, it will.
Why we don't know that. And I'm the conspiracy theorist here, and I don't know that it necessarily does. Look, if he's got money like that, and you guys are doing that well, I could see it every now and again. Like, okay, so the guy, he's got work in maybe a work dinner or something. And then he doesn't want to drive all the way home. Like, if you got the money like that and he's that successful, then I don't necessarily think this is a red flag in and of itself. Kiki, how would this be any different than somebody who's on the road 2 or 3 days a week for their job, which is very common?
Yeah, but he's not on the road.
He's not on the road. And if you have this much money and income, then move your family closer to your job.
But she just said that they don't want to move the kids.
Well, girl, get another job or sit in traffic. I feel like letting him stay out of his home is a big red flag, because it starts with, okay, he's going to spend the night. The next thing you know, the DoorDash lady's getting invited in.
Okay,
and then they're sleeping together. And now he got another family on the side.
No.
Kiki, as a person, as a person who doesn't leave his home and is hoping that one day the DoorDash lady is going to be my wife, because that's the only way I'm going to meet somebody, it hasn't happened yet. In a lot of years and a lot of orders. Okay? Look, what if they establish boundaries, and then if he violates the boundaries, well, then I think they have to revisit this.
No.
I don't like it. Paulina, you're a married woman.
Yes, I sure am.
Okay, well, he goes to the quote-unquote firehouse.
He has to sleep there. He has no choice.
That man's saving lives.
Right.
Okay, but I don't know. What if we found out? I don't know. There's any number of things that could. I'm picking up a shift and he's not. I don't know. I mean,
for sure.
All kinds of variables.
I don't think that this is a cheating situation. I don't think he's going to have a whole other family. I just see it as the mental load is going to fall way more on Rebecca. I don't know if you work, Rebecca, but what I see it as, like, okay, it's not a vacation, but it's a vacation if dad gets to be away for whatever, Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday, because at the end of the day, yes, he doesn't see the kids. He gets home too late, but there's still things to do at home. We got to do dishes, laundry, all these things, and everything's going to fall on Rebecca.